Of course, we have to start with some cases, and don't hate me because of that, but this is just an introduction so that we can concentrate more on vocabulary later on. So some of the most basic cases that you will have learned throughout the A1 course are the genitive, accusative, and locative cases. Let's start with the genitive case. It always speaks about some kind of origin or part of the original quantity. Remember these couple of sentences, they will all make sense a little bit later. And take a look at the endings. It may help to see that all the noun endings are A, except the feminine singular, which is E. Now the accusative case, not always, but very often presents the destination, and where there is a destination, there is always some movement. So the accusative case very often uses verbs of motion or verbs that describe real and practical physical activity. Now the endings here are not so coherent like with the genitive case, but some of them are actually the same as the nominative case, the basic case that just helps us give names to people, objects, animals, any kind of noun. So you will be able to memorize these endings just by looking at this table, but what is important is to explain the masculine singular form, because it has two different forms. When we speak about objects, so inanimate nouns, it means not people or animals, then the ending is the same as in nominative, so just the consonant at the end. If the noun is animate, so it represents man or male animals, then the ending is A. And now the locative case. As the name says, it represents a location, and unlike with the accusative case, location is quite static. It's there is no movement involved, so we usually use the verb biti, to be, when describing our location. Here the endings are much more organized than with the accusative case, and you can see that the feminine singular and plural are different from the masculine and neuter forms, but I think it's much easier to memorize these endings.